this way.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. Today we have a very special guest that will be joining us because Rachel is no longer in New York. Sad, but we found a very suitable replacement for her for this episode. All right, you can come in now. Yay! All right. Oh, and we have another guest.
Actually, she's the main guest.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just her, I'm just
The
her
mic
translator.
holder.
Say hello.
So who do we have here today? Who is this?
This is Uni Labark James.
Uni Labark James.
Yes.
I voted for Labark for the record.
It's crazy that you guys got her on this show.
Yeah.
She's really hard to book.
She's. We had to pull some strings for this to happen.
Our
did you
agents
say?
were talking to her agents for months.
Yeah.
Is this her favorite toy?
Not really.
Not really.
But
Is it Squeal? No.
No, it's a little it's a little squeaker.
So with Uni, we also have Cait, Caitlin Lamb.
Hi,
Do you go by
guys.
Cait or Caitlin?
So when I was in high school, a lot of people called me Clam, like sea lamb. And then when I went
You're
to
gonna
college,
be called Clam now.
when I went to college, everybody started calling me Cait, but my family and friends call me Caitlin.
Oh, so-
okay.
Yeah.
So what do we-
So like, I don't know, whatever you feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, I flip back and forth.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
noticed
yeah.
that I do that.
Yeah, but sometimes I call you Cait, and then people are like, "Who's that?" I'm like,
No, right.
Yeah.
It depends on which friends you're with.
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. You're in my phone as Cait, so I always refer to you as Cait. But my roommate is also named Cait. So whenever I talk about Cait to them, they're like, who are you talking about? So
Oh.
maybe I should just call you Caitlin.
Yeah. Call me whatever you like.
Or I'll call you Uni's mom or something.
Miss
But-
Labark.
It's the bark.
Yeah. But as you guys can tell, we're not in our usual location. We're in a very nice little living room that is in the apartment of Cait. It's in... Oh, wait. I was about to give your location away.
Wait a second.
It's in her exact address.
Here's the dress.
But it's a really nice area, and the views from this apartment are just so nice. I was just
Stunning.
saying earlier that this is my first time in the apartment during the daytime. The light, the natural light that you get from here is crazy.
Yeah, no, I think that was one of the main reasons we chose the apartment.
And it'll be really nice in the winter with the light, sunlight, being able to like heat up your place.
Oh,
That's
that is
actually
so
really...
true.
Yeah, because like you don't have to turn up the heat as much. You can just open your blinds, which is great. Not good for the summer though.
No, it's
Does it get
terrible for
hot in
summer.
here over summer?
I don't know. I subletted over the summer, so I have no idea. But I mean, during the daytime, if I don't have the AC on, it's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
dang, you have good insulation then. That's my place. If you turn on the AC, it gets up to like 85, 90.
Your place is crazy.
Oh, it's like a
It's
greenhouse.
so hot,
It's
right?
ridiculous.
I feel like the
Yeah.
glass is like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
I
It's
almost
so.
got
I
a
think so.
sunburn because like I would
Yeah.
like sleep on
Oh,
the couch,
really?
right? And then the
It's really
sunlight
bad.
would be hitting me directly in the face. I got
Yeah.
sunburned waking up one morning. I was like,
The lights a
Wait,
little bit
what?
too good.
That's so
in our
funny.
unit.
yeah, it's very bright and hot in your room. But just to introduce Cait a little bit, Andrew, do you want to explain how we met Cait, or
Or
how she met
yeah,
you, or how
whole introduction
she
happened.
met us? Yeah.
Wow, so one of our mutual friends, shout out to Eli, put Kay and I together because we were working on a project that did not really take off, but we had a lot of meetings where it was me, Kay, and our mutual friend. And that's how we
That's
were
like the
introduced to
first
each
time you
other.
guys met
Mhm.
was through.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And how did Eli meet you?
I'd never met Eli until then either.
Wait, what?
Actually, yeah. How did you?
Well, so Simon had reached out to me
right.
for his clothing brand a while ago,
Right.
but I told him that I didn't have the time to do that. So that
Right.
I remember it was the three of you guys that I was on a call with.
Yes. Yeah,
at
yeah.
one point.
Oh.
Yeah. But I hadn't met Simon in person either. And it was just like random DMs back and forth.
So it wasn't he didn't reach out to you because you were already friends and
Friends, right.
mutuals. He reached out to you because he needed help with his brand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it started off as like a more business
Right.
relationship type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
And low key, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I wanted to say no because I was like, I like do not
honestly.
have time for this.
Yeah.
But I was like, I really need like creator friends. So I'm
Yeah,
going to say yes
Wow,
for
okay,
the
okay.
friendip.
Oh, and
Hey,
that's
and
all you
only-
got out?
all that stuck was a friendship.
No, that's
The
really
business did
interesting.
not work out at all.
No, actually.
There were multiple iterations of
But
the
you know, it
business
was,
that
It never worked out.
it was kind of fun.
But no, I think there was a learning opportunity in all of that a little bit, and I think it was a good starter to like everyone's relationship in this circle because like I don't think everyone would have connected if it weren't
That's true.
Right.
that way. But yeah, I feel like now the relationship has kind of blossomed past just like being mutuals on TikTok or mutuals on Instagram or something. And I wonder how often that happens for you because I feel like Andrew and I have met a lot of people in the creative space, but very few people actually stick around and become like friends that you hang out with outside of like, I don't know, going to like content things together.
I see.
Unless you're different, you're just probably friends with everyone that you meet. But Andrew and I have a short list of people that we're like, oh wow, these people are really cool, and like we actually want to hang out with them in the future. And you're one of those people, which is
thank
why
you, guys.
you're on here.
I mean, I guess you're on my list too.
Far down on the list, but I guess you're on there.
You gotta scroll down, click page 2, and then
No, like I don't know. I get honestly, I haven't been to very many creator events, so I've been to like one.
Oh.
So none of the ways I've met people were through
okay.
creator events. It's through like your like ad thing where I met Grace, the Panda Express.
I forgot. Oh wow, that was
Yeah.
right.
Wait,
That was
what?
the first time you met
Yeah,
Grace.
that's where I
Was
met
that an
Grace.
ad?
So
thing?
I
Right.
shot a Panda Express deal where I invited just a
Oh.
bunch of people at Panda Express at my place, and then I connected like a bunch of my friends with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so it was
Okay.
like through that, and then I guess I went to creator camp, so that's where I also met
That's
like
the-
yeah,
a
yeah.
good amount of people, and I think like I definitely just, I mean, I feel like there's people you just vibe with, you know,
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say there's a lot of people that I continue to vibe with outside of career events.
yeah, but I feel like I feel like I stay good friends with most people.
Most people that
Yeah.
okay. Like you'll actually make an effort to hang out with them
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of good.
Just because I don't know. I think I'm an introvert, but I really like the company of other people. And I also don't work like a 9 to 5 or anything.
So you have a lot of free time.
I have so much free time, and anytime anybody's free, I'm like, I'm down.
Let's go hang
So
out.
you know, it's kind of just
I
like
see. Gotcha.
I kind of need the numbers, or else I'll be lonely like all the time.
When we first met you, because like that's when you were moving in to live with Andrew for
Right.
a
Oh
month
yeah,
or so, right?
You were there
Yeah.
like the first
yeah,
day.
the
Yeah.
first day. I don't think if I was there, I wouldn't have met you until much later.
Yeah.
But I was there the day you moved in, and you were also there with your sisters, Kylie and Alex.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked by how quickly you guys went from "Hi, it's nice to meet you" to like roasting me and Andrew. I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I was like, I didn't realize that we were that close yet. But then you guys like, do you remember after we left, you like sent me a video of you and Kylie and Alex just super and like
Like reenacting your podcast. We're gonna do that again. Pretend that you're dead.
Oh, dude, that's a little morbid, don't you think?
Ow. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Under the Roof Pod. As you can tell, our sister is no longer with us.
I died when
that
I
was
saw
such a
that, and
good
I was like,
clip.
I was like, these 3 girls just feel like my little sister, and I was like, it was
Yeah.
so quick. I was like, they're
Part of
so
the fam.
funny, yeah. Immediately, just part of the family. So, are you really quick to like warm up to people, or like just?
I think so. I think
Uh-huh.
like you could see it in 2 ways, right? Like one, I like overshare perhaps, and like maybe that's a bad thing. But 2, like some people appreciate the oversharing, and then like it's like immediate friendship.
We thought it was
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious.
Oh, we loved it.
No, we were actually talking about it, and we were like, oh my gosh, like there's like 3 of them. Like, what if like just for fun over the summer we make a rival podcast of like the 3 of us?
I always encourage people or siblings to make podcasts together because it's actually it's like a fun bonding experience, or at least it has been for us. So you guys should still do it. But
No, but we sit
our
down
goals-
and all of a sudden we have nothing to say.
We're just like,
We're like,
no, I mean, do you guys talk on the phone? I feel like you talk to your sister
we
on the phone a
FaceTime
lot.
like
Yeah.
pretty often, but it's like really about like random like personal stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast is like that too.
We get
Yeah.
personal sometimes,
Yeah.
but it does take a little bit to like translate that like natural conversation you have on the phone to like sitting down with mics and
Yeah.
like talking to each other in this, because there's a camera there. I feel like a
Right.
lot of people just like when the camera turns on, they get a little, their mind blanks. My mind does that all the time, which is why I have to have my phone out, so I have like a million things
Oh.
to prompt
The
myself
notes.
to talk about.
Oh my
later.
gosh. Is it made to do that?
Oh yeah, it's a wallet. It's
And
a
Like
phone
stand?
case and a stand.
Wow.
That is so
Look at it this way,
convenient.
too.
Dude, when I'm filming videos, I'm like propping my phone up against like my water, like
Yeah,
my water
you should get
bottle,
one of
or
these.
like
It's really well. The thing is, if you're doing the
doesn't sit-
selfie, it's
yeah.
always gonna be like slightly
up.
upward angled. Whereas like if you want it to be standing perfectly straight, there's you kinda
Yeah, I
have to
still
stand
can't really
on
do that.
something.
oh, I see.
But this I
pretty
love this
convenient.
phone case. This is the only thing I bring with me.
Yeah.
Because like every card that I need is in here, and then
Oh my god, this
phone.
would be such a great like organic ad.
brought to you
Oh,
by.
no,
Yeah,
no,
it's like,
no.
oh, speaking,
No free
speaking
ads.
of this phone case,
It's just like a $10 case from
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
You guys can go find it. Wait.
this.
I should link it in my. I'll
Amazon.
link it in the thing below as a what do you call it when you get
your Amazon storefront.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
Amazon storefront. So then I can also make. Do I get commission if I do that?
I think you need to set it up somehow.
Oh, okay, cool. I hope this video blows up then. This is so convenient.
Yeah,
I've
Jesse
actually
put me on game for this.
Now it's even more convenient,
Yeah.
actually. Now that he has it on his Amazon storefront.
The convenience level up here now.
I've had this same phone case since like freshman year of college. My friends, it was like my friend's dad had an old one and he like upgraded his phone, and my friend was like, "Do you want a phone case?" I was like, "Sure, this looks cool." And then when I got it, I was like, "Oh my god!" Because like when I'm like, I need to pay for something, I just like flip it open, pull out the card, and then just shut it.
Wow.
People are like,
Wow.
"Whoa, that's so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it was like $10 from Amazon, so you should get one." But I feel like it's more of a guy case.
Yeah,
Like
I was gonna
girls.
say
yeah,
it's
the
not
leather.
my
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Wait, no. It can also be used for girls. They have different colors too. I think they have like a white color, which I feel like you might just pretend.
Yeah, looking around.
Yeah. A lot of white, a lot of clean, minimalist. I like this space though. This is.
Yeah.
I feel like are you planning on like building it out a little bit, like putting art or like?
Yeah, I actually want to get rid of this couch and do like a long L against that wall. And then I have a bean bag that I need to throw like here. So then it's kind of like we have like accent chairs, and then like the couch, and then like the
Wait,
TV's
which way is the
there.
couch
The
facing?
couch, the L is here, like an L, like
corner.
that
Oh,
way
okay.
in the corner.
Yep.
Where'd you get your couch from?
I got everything from IKEA.
Oh, IKEA.
Like, everything.
I was gonna say it looks exactly like Andrew's couch.
Oh
little
yeah,
bit,
it does
right?
look
Except
pretty
for the
similar.
legs, yeah.
Yeah, like that
yeah,
couch, this
but-
table, these chairs,
like-
those stools.
they're all from-
all IKEA.
Yeah.
This IKEA, like
Sponsored by
that
not
lamp,
by
IKEA.
Do you have
Very-
a bulb in there yet?
No, I thought it would come
okay.
with one, but it didn't. So yeah, the lights will not work.
I was saying like maybe I should have gotten Cait a light for a housewarming. But you get enough natural light in here where I feel like you don't actually need any lights.
Yeah, I just realized there's no ceiling lights.
Yeah. No, my
Oh.
realtor friend said
Yeah.
that like apparently ceiling lights make a place look cheap, so they don't do it
That
in the
is
living
true.
room.
Luxury buildings often don't have light fixtures because a lot of people want their own like either statement piece or
Yeah.
Oh.
But the thing is, I've
I have
always wondered
lights in
how
my
the
place.
light switches connect. Like, where is it connected to?
I think like that is
Oh,
one
I
place
can,
where
like,
you,
take it out.
Exactly. Plug in a light.
Oh.
Or you could, you know what would be great if the glare weren't an issue? If you had a projector that came down and then you could project on. That's a nice wall for
That's
a projector.
really cool, actually.
I like that.
I like that a
Or-
lot too.
Yeah, but there are like really powerful They're just really expensive, so maybe not. Because I was looking into projectors for the longest time. 'cause
I see.
I've seen the TikTok videos of like the people just like laying in
In
bed
bed.
and watching.
Yeah.
Movies on a
I've made one of
projector.
those.
Watching a
Oh, you made one
movie.
of those. They're just vibes. So I wanna. All right, a little bit more about Cait. So Cait, you studied. What was your major in college? Oh shit! Go get him.
Wait.
I've never
Bark,
seen
bark,
the bark before.
Yeah, she barks when she hears something at the door.
Is that? I think it was your neighbor leaving. Right?
Yeah, I think it's my
Yeah,
neiver.
Wow, what
Go
a great
get him,
guard dog.
bark. That's a good.
Oh my
that's
god,
a
it's
good
so
god
funny.
dog right there.
Ethan
Oh.
tried to fake attack me, and then Uni tried to like bite him, but like
Oh my God.
she like couldn't. She's like,
Where do I grab onto? This man is too big.
no, but I studied. It's called Art, Film, and Visual Studies.
Okay.
Oh, they just lump it all together.
Yeah, it's like AFES. There's probably like 10 or 15 people in my year.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's like studio art, like animation, film, like everything together.
just lumped together.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Harvard would have more like subspecialized like fine arts schools.
No, like
Really?
So the undergrad school, we don't like. I feel like at other schools there'll be like the business school, like the
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you
there's
know, like,
the
the
music
other
school.
ones.
Like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Foreign
But, like, they only-
engineering school.
yeah, but they only have that for the grad schools. So
Oh.
really?
for undergrad, it's just like everyone's together,
School.
and then it's just divided
Yeah.
by like your major.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just have Harvard College, and then everything is
Right.
just yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
mine was not like that. We had
Yeah.
an engineering school,
Yeah.
arts and science.
Georgetown was the same way.
Okay, and business school.
Yeah, like
yeah.
my sister's at SC, and it's like, oh, you apply into like
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Marshall.
yeah,
or,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, Rachel's school's also like that.
Yeah.
Okay, how was that? I feel like not. Oh, well, clearly not many people go to Harvard to do art.
Yeah.
I guess my one question would be, did your parents, when you got into well, I guess you applied kind of as an art major, right?
No, so
Or
you
no?
apply as like everybody applies undeclared, and then you choose your major your sophomore year.
But you intended on going there to study art?
Kind
Or
of,
no?
yeah.
Okay.
So, like I think at one point in like high school, I really wanted to. I really wanted to do science.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Because-
Oh, wait, no.
Okay,
You,
okay.
Because I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and I was like, "Oh my gosh! Like I'm gonna be like a trauma surgeon. I'm gonna be like in there, like
Every
fixing
Asian kid's-
people, like whatever." Yeah, I like was really bad at science, and like I only did that stuff because there was this one intern program in high school where like you got off early every single day, but you'd only have to go to the internship like once or twice a week.
Oh, wait, the science one?
Yeah, like
Oh,
there's a
okay, okay.
specific science class.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I feel like in high school I wanted this like smart person image. So I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
oh, like let me
STEM, yeah.
let me pursue STEM.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
then there's like one day where I was like, that's just not gonna happen. Like that is just not my future.
Mm-hmm.
Like I cannot do that. And
Yeah, was there a specific turning point,
Wait, you
or it
still-
was just like I'm not about it?
I feel like you had to have been good because you still got into Harvard.
I feel like I think I was like I studied. I just like retained knowledge like well enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like
You're definitely underplaying how smart you are.
I
but-
feel like people like if I wanted something, I would just like work hard enough to get it. It wasn't like I was particularly good at it. I was just
Naturally.
like,
I see, yeah.
yeah.
I know
like,
people like that.
dude, I cannot do math.
just
Like, actually cannot do math. Yeah.
But you can learn it well enough to perform well academically.
Yes,
I see what
exactly.
you're saying. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, my SAT score was like, I mean, not that that's like a measure of like your intelligence,
intelligence.
but like it was bad.
Oh, mine was terrible. I was like bottom 25th percentile of my school.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
mine was
wait.
At our school in
no,
Ohio.
at Georgetown.
Oh, okay.
No, not
I was
public
like,
school.
I was definitely
Oh.
bottom like one
It was-
percentile.
mine
Like
was really okay. What was your SAT out of?
mine was
it?
out of 1600.
1600.
Oh,
They
right,
changed
okay,
it to
ours was
16.
240.
Ours 2,400.
Okay. Yeah. I never scored above a 2,000 on the SAT.
That's pretty crazy.
It was pretty bad, but like I
Wait,
don't think
mine-
that makes
Out of 1600, I got
yeah.
a 1380.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
wait,
like,
wait.
similar.
That means, oh, you
okay.
didn't score more than 700 on each subject then. Because
Yeah.
ours
Yeah.
was also out of 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
let me think.
the crazy thing, like I never scored above a 700 on the math section, but on the math subject 2 test, I got a 790. But I just couldn't. I think I highest score on the math section was like a 690 in math.
Oh.
it was pretty bad.
Oh, that's
on the
why you
math
guys are
section?
content creators.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
No,
This
like-
is why you're in med school.
No,
I just make TikToks.
I'm like, I know that I'm like, it's just.
I'm the same. Oh my
I,
God.
I was like, I know I'm not dumb. I don't think it was a
No,
bad score.
1380 is not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Exactly,
but compared to my friends,
At
I
Harvard,
think
yeah.
almost everyone I knew scored above a 1550 out of
Yeah,
1600.
people were-
Almost everybody.
Wow.
If not at least a 1500.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also not
Oh.
that great at standardized tests, but I was definitely always better than Andrew. And
Okay,
then
cool, word, yeah.
and then
Okay,
Rachel was
yeah.
the best out of all of us. Like
Yeah.
she scored the highest.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy because like she also really wanted to go to like a good liberal arts college like on the East Coast and stuff. But I hope Rachel doesn't care that I'm talking about this. But then she ended up going to state school in Ohio.
And she's
And,
saving
like,
a lot of money.
She is saving a lot of money, but like that, I think out of the like everyone in our
She had
family,
the
she's
most
definitely
kind
the smartest,
Yeah.
and the most hardworking. Like I did
So we don't really
nothing
know.
in high
The
school.
math didn't math on this one.
Yeah, it's just I think it got just so crazy competitive after
Yeah.
a certain point. Like it doesn't matter how many clubs you were in or how many like how your grades were and everything. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I like obviously don't know how admissions work, but at Harvard you can look at your
You can.
paper, your admissions paper, and they'll
And their
tell you.
comments and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had like 2 pages of comments that I like had looked through.
Oh,
Oh,
I never
wow.
went through
Yeah.
mine. I was scared.
So like they gave us like the interview comments. So we had to do like an
Yeah,
alumni
yep,
interview,
yep.
and then they gave us comments on like our essays and stuff too.
Oh, okay.
And so based off of my comments, I remember them saying like not as like refined as other applicants. But they were like, oh, but like diamond in the rough. Like I think
Wow.
she will do a
Wait.
lot like in her career, like
Oh, wow.
as like an artist. So like a lot of my like I like very much pushed the artist angle, and I was like, oh, like I love STEM, but like I will never say that again. I was like, I love STEM, but like this is my passion, and I think I can find ways to like combine the two, like blah blah whatever. I like really pushed the art thing.
yeah.
And so I feel like, and then after like I got in, they like had like handwritten notes to everybody like from the department. And so there was, I did a lot of like community service stuff in high school. And so like the community service like department like wrote to me, was like, oh,
Yeah.
like I
Oh,
think you would make like a great like addition to like
Yeah.
this
our
like
community.
our community on campus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's like it's very like who fills what bucket.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they need like a diverse student body. They
Right.
can't. Everyone can't just be like 1,600 SAT kids that do
Yeah.
like medicine.
But I think that, not to make this a college talk, but for like essays and admission, I think pushing a specific angle is
very strong theme.
critical. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
For application. Oh.
All right, I have another question for you, Cait. When you like decided to do art at Harvard, were your parents like disappointed at all?
No.
No, they were like very supportive.
Yeah. So
Okay. Really?
surprisingly, everybody was rooting for me to not pursue science because
Wow.
they're like
She
that's
ain't good at this.
Yeah, they're like that's not gonna work out.
Caitlin can't be performing surgeries. We can't let that happen.
But also, I think they were like after I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it. They're like, oh, good.
Oh my God, really?
But
You're
my,
just so much better at art.
my dad did like photography growing up though. So I
okay.
think there is like a kind of understanding in the house of like pursuing
Appreciating
art
art.
and like that it would work out. And I think also I was a very like hard-headed person. I think I still am, but like a little bit less so. But yeah, very delulu like when I was in high school. And so I would just say things with so much conviction that my parents just like believed me. Where I
Okay.
was like, oh, like I'm gonna pursue it and I'm just gonna be famous and like make it. So like I just don't really see like how it wouldn't work out. Like I just would say that and they'd
Yeah,
be
I
like,
guess.
okay.
Now I'm thinking about it. You, Alex, and Kylie are all doing creative pursuits. That's interesting because I feel like our parents. Well, I don't know if your parents are in STEM, but both of our parents were in STEM. So like,
Not at all.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they were more artistic and creative in their. What do they do? What do your
Yeah,
parents
before
do?
my
Okay.
mom started like being full-time mom,
Okay.
like she was she was like hairstylist, and then my dad had a photography studio.
Oh, he did that for a living?
So it was kind of like those Sears like
the
photography
portrait,
things, like the portrait family stuff, and then
yeah.
that kind of went out of style. So like he had to close that shop down, and then he started working at a liquor store.
Gotcha.
But
wow, it's cool that you guys are basically kind of like carrying the torch of this like creative career, because Alex is like, she wants to do photography, right?
Yeah,
that's
like
not
she
just
would
a
want to do
hobby,
it full
right?
time.
Yeah. That's really cool. I feel like I never thought of like content creation or any sort of creative pursuit as a career growing up. I think our parents I don't even think our parents really pushed us in that direction, but just seeing them in like the field of STEM, kind of, we're like, oh, I guess that's what you do as an adult.
Influenced us to
like
go that route.
you don't make videos as an adult, you make, I don't know, you
Spreadsheets.
make spreadsheets. yeah,
Excel.
exactly. So I've never been in the headspace of like doing creative work as a career until like this year. I'm like, whoa, people do this for a living, and it's fun, and you get paid, and you don't work that much. And I'm looking at all my peers, and they're like working their tails off, like 60, 80 hours a week, and they make a lot of money, but then they like don't have time to enjoy or spend any of it. And I think content creation is like one of those careers where you have a really good balance and flexibility with your time and your effort and stuff, which makes me a little jealous of people who are in this for a career.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, like my dad would always show us like the Asian YouTubers, like
Your dad showed you that?
Yeah,
Whoa,
so
wait,
like
that's crazy.
Like, wait, who?
we like
who'd you
kind
grow
of
up on?
we kind of like found them like, but then basically like after school, a lot of the times we'd go to my dad's like photography studio, and we'd just be in the back, and there'd be like this old like computer, and he'd just have to like find ways to like
Keep you guys
keep us
Yeah.
entertained and like occupied. So like YouTube was like a big thing, right?
Yep.
Like
Oh,
initially,
Yep.
and there was only so few kind of like videos on there, honestly.
Yep. Back then.
And so Wong Fu is like, dude, like
we grew up on Wong Fu
yeah.
too.
yeah, like we watched that like on repeat,
Yeah.
like the Ryan Higa stuff, and then like I eventually like found my way into like the Gen M like
Yeah.
YouTube
Yep.
sphere,
Michelle
and then
Choi.
yeah, like or like Michelle Phan and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like low key, like we would watch YouTube more than we watched TV like growing up.
Same with us, because we didn't have cable
Our
growing
parents
up.
cut cable.
Oh.
So we only watched YouTube
Yeah.
basically. So we grew
Yeah.
up on like JK Films and like Wong Fu production. And I feel like the Asian creative community really jump started YouTube, because I feel like at the beginning of YouTube it was mostly, I don't know if I'm biased because I'm Asian and
No,
that's like the content I was gravitating towards, but like Ryan Higa and like Kev Jumba, like they were like the OG YouTubers and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know if like there were other YouTubers of other ethnicities that I just like didn't watch, but
There were, but Ryan and Kev, I think at the time, I don't know Kevin, but definitely Ryan were at the top of the most subscribed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they were the most prevalent. But yes, I guess there were others.
Okay, sorry. I just can't see the light.
I'll keep an eye.
Okay.
No, but then I think like the turning point for my parents in terms of like fully supporting my career, like throughout growing up, they've always like helped me pay for like my extracurricular like art classes, things like
Gotcha.
that. But then my freshman summer, I remember all my friends had like these consulting and like tech internships
Internships, yeah.
like secured in January, and I was like, what?
Andrew was on that grind.
Yeah,
I
like
was on that
I
grind.
remember people asking me what I was doing in the summer, like in January, and I was like, I don't know.
I'm gonna
And then-
draw, I guess.
Yeah. And then suddenly like May rolls around and Wong Fu posts like an internship application for their social media like marketing stuff. So then I applied for that, and I'd like gotten it like 2 weeks later, and I was like, oh my gosh, great. Like I was going to do that, like nothing this summer, but I guess I'll do this.
I guess I'm looking for one.
Wait, you interned for Wong Fu?
Yeah.
Wait,
so it's
what?
it's crazy
Justin
because
needs
like
to catch up.
I had no idea.
I like met all these people that I grew up watching, and I was kind of like, oh, I mean, like obviously they're just people, but like,
Yeah.
It's,
But it's cool
interesting
to
to see
meet them.
like like the process of things, and then like being on set like while they're filming stuff, and how everybody knew like everybody.
Yeah.
And so this was when when I think the second Spider-Man movie came out.
Okay.
And they had like a screening and
Like
an
the
interview.
Tobey Maguire one or the
No,
the
Tom.
I was like, whoa, you're old. The Tom Holland ones. Okay.
Yeah, but there was I forget his name. He was in Crazy Rich Asians too. But like the other love interest in the movie, the Asian guy that went on the trip.
Gemma's other love interest.
No.
Oh, the other person that wasn't Henry Golding.
No, there's a guy that was that dated the actress crazy.
Oh.
Actress
yes, the
girl
crazy
in,
actress,
yeah,
the
in Crazy Rich
director
Asians.
dude.
Yeah, the director
okay.
guy.
Shoot, I don't remember his name.
He was like a small character in Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay,
but
I know
he
you're
played
talking
like
to.
a decent role in Spider-Man. So they had like
yep.
Wong Fu like hosted a screening, I think, and like had invited a bunch of people.
Oh.
And it was like my dad's birthday that week, so I took him as my plus one.
Wait, that's so cute.
Oh my
That's adorable.
That's so cute.
Because he loves like Marvel, like
Wow.
and like comic book stuff. Like he used to collect comic books when he was younger. So I'd taken him, and like every like Asian person, like BuzzFeed, like kids
Yeah,
from fresh off the
yeah,
boat, like
yeah.
everybody was there.
Yeah, wow.
And I was just shocked because I was like, wow, like all
grew
of
up
the
watching
Asian
these people.
people in media are in this room right now.
Yeah.
And like, so
You're
like,
also in that room.
no, but I just like realized how like tight knit that community was, and like how much support, like if I decided to pursue this, like I would potentially get. And then like my dad being there also was like,
yeah.
this is so cool.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then like the after party stuff, like so many of like the Asian YouTubers, like actually, and I was like, yeah, like I gotta do this.
Yeah, this is, like,
this
a
is
feasible
so
career,
awesome. Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know you were plugged into that community so early. What year?
This is
out-
freshman year summer.
Freshman year
Yeah.
in college, you are already wow.
Which was a
That's
good thing though,
crazy,
because
yeah.
I was like, should I be doing consulting? Like everybody else is
Dude,
doing
I'm so
it.
glad you did, because that's my mentality. And then I did it, and it sucked.
Andrew's still trying to get out of it at this
Just trying
moment.
to get out of corporate America.
Wow, that's really cool. I wish I had like that eye-opening experience when I was younger, because now I'm like too deep in my career. I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense to give up on it now, and I don't think I want to. Like I still enjoy what I'm doing, but this creative outlet I realize is like really fulfilling, and like you meet so many more people in like a creative space than like working a 9-to-5 job, and then you're actually like friends with them, and then like you enjoy what you're doing together. Yeah, I've had a lot of like epiphanies over the past couple months about like my career and stuff. So still trying to figure it all out in my brain, but it's cool to hear about all your guys' cool lives and like, what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I still work
It's really
9 to
neat.
5.
Yeah, I still have, me and Andrew, I think we still have a goal of like meeting the YouTubers like we grew up
Yeah.
on, like the JK crew, like Bart, Gio. I don't know if you watch
David.
it.
Yeah, yeah. No, Cait,
Like,
my younger sister is like
Yeah.
super into JK.
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
like David So, and like it's kind of weird because like now we're also kind of in the space too. I wonder if people are like, whoa, wait, I want to meet the rooftop. No, I'm just kidding. But there is something about like meeting the people that you watch on a screen every single
My
day.
sublet.
I feel like
Oh, yeah.
it's just like
Shout out to
Hello.
surprise, your
That's-
roommate is on the pod for this episode. But yeah, I don't know. I think I still have that like, goal now that I'm in the space. I'm like, oh, one day I also want to like maybe not even meet them as a fan, but like meet them as like, oh, a fellow content creator or someone that they could be friends with.
Yeah, well, I realized like meeting other content creators, like at first I was like, oh my gosh, like I totally watched their stuff
Yeah.
before. Like, do I say that?
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
do I? But
That
then I
is one
realized
thing. That's-
content creators only like probably started pursuing that because they watch other content creators.
Right.
So everybody's a fan of somebody. So it's
yeah.
kind of like when people approach me and they're like, oh, like I love your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see it as like a hierarchy thing, you know? It's kind of just like, oh, thanks so much. Like, I love your stuff too. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I like used to be very like hesitant about saying like, oh, like I totally like watch all your videos like before I met
I've seen
you.
literally all
But
your-
like now I feel like it's such a great opener, low key. Like I think people like appreciate that you've been supporting them for so long.
Oh, okay. I guess I haven't had that many opportunities to meet people that I watch the content of, but I almost feel like my fear is like if I actually, because like I want to be friends with the content creators I watch. If I tell them that like I watch their stuff, they'll think of me as like a fan, and then like it's kind of like a hierarchy thing where it's like, oh, like do I become friends with a fan kind of thing? But I don't know. I guess have you become friends with someone who watches your content but isn't necessarily like a content creator?
I don't
Have you
think
had that
I've become
opportunity?
friends with someone that watches my content necessarily, but I've become friends with people whose content I watched a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And you just went up to them. You're like, I love your stuff. Like,
Yeah,
you make
like
really-
I've watched like so many of your videos. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I mean, the guy I play tennis with, he listens to the podcast, and now I
Like
consider him-
before meeting you?
Yeah, before me, he came up to me and was like, "Hey,
What?
are you on the podcast?" And then we started talking, and then I saw that he had a tennis racket, and it was like 10:30, 11 at Vital. So we were talking. I'm like, I need someone who's crazy enough to play at like 10 p.m. with me, and he's like, I play at 10 p.m. I'm like, holy shit! So now we go out and hit at like 10, 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was a fan of the
That's
podcast.
interesting.
I feel like it's like mentality where like if they see it as a hierarchy
Yeah,
thing, like that's a them
exactly.
problem.
Oh, I see.
And
I
like
see.
I don't know if I would like even want to be friends with somebody who views like their fans as like
Yeah.
lower than them.
I see.
But like for me, I'm like, oh well, this is just like a job. It's like the same.
Yeah,
as if,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
like-
interesting. Yeah.
It was like, oh, like you work
just
here.
watching
Like
me,
my friend
yeah.
also works there. Like, well, like I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
I kind
That's
of
an
like to see it
interesting
that way
framework.
because then it makes my anxiety go down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if I ever meet my heroes, they have that framework of thought. Because then
It's a little
I want to
different.
be their
Our-
friends.
The people we watch are becoming.
Oh, they're
parents.
also old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They probably
I feel
don't
like
want
once-
to make new
yeah.
friends.
Even not to say I'm not open to making new friends, but it's harder to maintain like good friendships.
As you grow older,
yeah.
you just have to be more selective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It do be
This
harder.
old people problem. You're young,
Yeah.
Cait. You
I'm
don't
not
have
there yet.
people problems yet. Yeah. Do you also one thing that I feel like when I make content, I don't want my like real life friends to watch it. Like it's uncomfortable to me that they're watching me on a screen. Do you guys ever feel that way?
I kind of got over it.
Okay.
I was gonna say when we lived together,
Yeah.
you didn't like if I like watch your video in front of you,
Right.
but now it's different.
No, so I
Okay.
still do not
Okay,
like.
never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
I don't like watching my content with people.
Okay.
But if people are watching my content like
Oh,
on
okay,
their
okay.
own, I don't care. Because like
Okay.
most of my friends will text me and be like, "Oh, I just watched your video," like blah blah blah. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. But
Okay,
if I'm
okay.
like sitting there, it's just a little awkward because I'm like, they know that I sat there and watched this and edited it and chose to put these specific clips there.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
also
interesting.
sitting there like watching them watch it. And it's just a weird like dynamic in my head. And I can't get
Self-perception
over
kind of
that.
thing. Oh, interesting.
But otherwise, I don't know. I don't really care because I feel like I'm like the same, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. I don't know why I feel uncomfortable when I've had friends reach out to me and been like, oh, like they wanted to talk about a certain episode. I was like, whoa, why are you listening
What do
to
you mean?
this? I'm so confused right now. Like I like the idea of having just like random strangers
Yeah.
listen
So
to
if
it.
you know Jesse, turn this off right now. Stop listening.
Stop listening right now. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a me thing. And then in addition to that, when you like meet someone new, have you ever had like you meet them and then that's the person they are, and then you watch their content and it's like a completely different person? You're like, whoa, this is the kind of content that you made? Like I was not expecting that. You ever had that? Or are most people just like kind of along the lines of the personality they are online?
I think it's pretty similar.
Oh, mostly pretty similar?
Most of the
Okay.
people I've met, I think like there's been instances where it's the other way around, where I've seen their content first, and then
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
see.
oh, like
I see. What you're
like you
saying.
kind of guess what they're like in real life, and like
Right.
maybe they're a little different. But I feel like for the most part, people are relatively the same, or at least like how I think they would be. You know what I mean? It's like I watch their content, I'm like, oh, like they're probably like
Yeah, this is
dialed up.
played
Yeah.
up. Like you're probably
yeah.
a toned down version of that. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we are all pretty similar to what you get online. Like I don't really try to play up anything on the podcast. And then your stuff is like, well, you just make art, so I guess there's not really that much different in real life.
It
with
is
that,
real,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so yes, your art is real. Yes, that's correct. So I have this hypothesis that the scariest crazy people are at these like elite universities because I mean a lot of them like end up being politicians and stuff, which is why I'm like very superstitious and like wary about skeptical about like politicians, because like they're like crazy people who are just crazy. And like they're also dumb, so it's like it's kind of harmless. But then there are crazy people who are smart, and that's really scary to me. And did you ever like meet any like pretty crazy people during your time at Harvard? Because I have a few examples of like wild things that happened in
Dude,
college.
yes.
Okay. Harvard's just chock full of them.
Like actually, it's crazy. Like how oh man, like
We don't have to talk about this anymore.
like I when people ask me like how you enjoyed your experience, like my experience was definitely different than most people, just because like I didn't do like consulting, or it was not pre-med
No
or
STEM,
like no STEM
Yep.
stuff. So like the course work and like everything was very different, but also like but also I think I was like an observer of the lifestyle too, and like I kind of saw things like from the outside,
Third party point of
Right.
view. Okay, I see.
where like I was not like part of like the final clubs. Like there's maybe like a few frats and sororities, but it's mostly like this very elitist version of that. Like not part of those, but my roommates were. So then they would tell me things about like what they would do.
Did Harvard have a Greek life, or is it like Georgetown, where it's like clubs where the Greek?
run the social scene.
There was like maybe like 2 frats and 2 sororities,
Okay, so
but it
it's
was
exactly
all
like
like
Georgetown.
clubs, right?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's mostly club driven
But,
social
like,
life.
Dude, these people are crazy, and
Yeah.
like I did not realize that. And so when I'd hear these stories, I'd be like, "There's no way! Like, there's actually no way." But there is a way, because it happened. Like
They're good at hiding like their true
the
personalities.
things people would do to get into clubs was like
to get into
insa-
clubs.
insane. There's like there's this one like satirical like magazine
Okay.
called the Lampoon, and like I heard of this
Is this
girl.
a
So like
Prestigious club to get into.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
and
okay.
like I might get hate for this. Like I'm sorry, but like I don't think they're that funny. Like, but honestly, like maybe I'm just not intellectual enough to understand the jokes. But it's supposed to be like a funny magazine.
Okay.
And like they have like 3 different, like an art department, a writing department, and like a business department, and they take like only a select few people every year. And some people try like over and over to get into it. And so for the business department, from what I've heard, the way people get in is whoever makes the most money for the club.
Oh, wait,
By
you make
sell,
money.
yeah,
for the
you have
club.
to. So to get into the club, they're like whoever makes the most money gets in, basically.
So they sell copies of the.
No, they
wait.
sell ads in the magazine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But some people cannot sell the ads in the magazine, so they will literally give businesses money to buy an ad in the magazine, and people raise hundreds of thousands of
Oh
dollars.
my god. Oh, also
okay.
yes.
As
that
in
is illegal.
paying from their pocket, like to get into these social clubs.
Wow.
Yeah, if you have money,
Yeah.
you can get into whatever club you want.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
kind of just like this, and it's kind of like under wraps, but like if you know people, then like they'll
Yeah.
say like, oh, this girl like totally just paid like this much money, and it's like a little bit embarrassing, you know, like it's
She
kind
bought
of
her
like,
way.
Wow, like you're
And
really
we're
paying
still
this
not
much-
going to accept it.
yeah, to like go no. So that's the thing.
Oh.
Some people will raise that much money for a club
And still not get in.
not get in.
Oh my god.
You know, I was
Well-
listening to a podcast And now there's some parents who pay for like consultants to get their kids into sororities. It's like
Yes,
coaching
I heard about that
services.
too.
Yeah, coaching services that get their kids into
my God,
different
you can
Greek life
really
clubs and
make
the
money
social
doing-
scene. It's
Yeah.
Damn, people with money, they just really spend
They
on
live a
anything,
different
huh?
life. There were
Yeah.
kids at my school who paid. Well, they were originally like either rejected or waitlisted, and their parents paid millions of dollars for them to get in. Like donated millions of
Wow.
dollars to get in. And there's this kid that I know that their parents donated like I think it was $5 million for him to get into Yale. They still rejected him. And then he donated a few million to Hopkins, and then they took him.
We'll
So,
take
Wow.
so I was like, wow, they play a different game when they're rich like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, like I remember
Very
my first
problematic.
spring break, everybody was like, okay, like let's go to Cabo. And I was like, what? Like you can just go?
Oh, I thought you said
Dude.
Kava. I was like, oh, what's wrong with going to Kava?
No, like
$40?
I was like, you
Mm-hmm.
guys just like, and this was when I was like 18 years old. And I was like, you guys just like,
Where
go?
does this money come
Yeah.
from?
Dude,
how?
Like
Like,
Georgetown, we had a thing called like M Street, and people were like, "Oh, let's just go shopping," and that's where all the luxury brands are. I'm like,
Shopping with what?
"You're gonna pay
Right.
Are we
$2,000
stealing
for a
this?
pair of pants?"
Are we raiding these stores?
yeah, no,
Like, huh?
literally
Yeah.
freshman year, I worked like 3 jobs
Mm.
just so that I could like help like pay like my tuition or like small things that I wanted.
Yeah.
And like people were like going everywhere like on
money's-
weekends
crazy.
and I just like could not even
Yeah.
imagine. But I guess that's not necessarily crazy. It was just kind of like I was like
You come
shocked,
from a very
culture
different,
shock.
yeah,
Yeah.
from a very different mindset. And I think that's one thing that I respect about you a lot, and kind of relate to you because I guess we didn't really come from like super well-off backgrounds, and I see that you have this like grind mentality in you, where you're like working really hard to pay your own way through life, you know. And I feel like we also have kind of a similar mindset where we're just like we have to make our own name and kind of like make our own way through lives. We don't really have like, or at least I don't want my parents to have to support me
Right.
like anymore. Yeah, I think one of the first things either you told me or like Andrew told me was that like you also like help pay your little siblings tuition in college, which I was like, dang, that's like a really good older sister because I'm not doing anything like that. And I was like, wow, she's like a better big sister than I am a big brother. I was like, I really respected that when I heard that about you. 'Cause that doesn't, I mean, that's something that I've always wanted to do. Like I eventually want to like be able to support my family and my parents in that way, but I'm just not capable of that right now. And I see you doing it. I'm just like, wow, a lot of respect for Caitlin for already doing that at such a young age too. Like
Wow.
how independent you are and how far you've come in life. Like you live here. Like
It's nuts.
that's incredible.
No, I feel like we all grew up like I don't know. Were you guys like the two of you guys close like growing up?
Yes, we were close and then we were not close and then we were really close again.
Yeah, because like me and my sisters, like we all lived in the same bedroom until we all went to college. So it was like a room smaller than this living room
Yeah.
and 3 twin beds like pushed together.
Oh wow.
That's
So
crazy. Okay.
that's like going to sleep was like
Yeah.
crazy because like we'd either talk or like me
Yeah.
and Kylie would like sing like songs from Barbie movies or Alex would be like playing like a YouTube video and it's just like so
Crazy
much
hectic,
chaos,
yeah.
right? But then it was like, oh, like the 3 of us were that close and I grew up in a family where it was like one person's money is like everybody's money. It's kind
Same
of like
with us.
everybody's
Yeah.
working like into
Yep,
like
yep.
this pool.
Yep.
So I kind of just thought like that was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Almost,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I see. Yeah.
like I have this and it's like, it's not mine.
It's not
Yeah,
yours.
It's like
it's the
everybody's,
family's pot,
right?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
family's.
That
Yeah.
was very similar
We-
perspectives in family.
we think the same
Yeah.
exact thing. Yeah.
'Cause we also, Jesse and I also grew up in the same room for like
Yeah.
16, 18 years.
Yeah.
We
And I would listen to Jesse watch surgeries on his iPhone, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this
Yeah,
kid doing?
hey, they're kind of fun to watch.
No, this is where I knew, because I copied you for most of my life growing
Yeah.
up, and then
He's like, this is where I leave
this is where I
train
stop because Jesse wanted to do STEM, and I was like, oh, maybe I want to do STEM, and then I saw Jesse pursuing it. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, you chose a good route too. Yeah, so I feel like we also became pretty close friends because we have a lot of similar like family values. Like seeing
Yeah.
how close you are with your siblings and like how you treat them and everything. I was like, oh, this it's kind of like a mirror image of like how my family, I see my family operating.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
noticed that really quickly too
Yeah.
after I was hanging out with you guys for like the first hour.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but
Your
like
siblings are so fun. Kylie and Alex just make the most
the dynamic is
ridiculous
crazy.
comments in the world.
I want to see a Lamb Sister podcast.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I would be so entertained. If anything, you guys can come onto our podcast and then
Ah, okay.
we can do that together. I feel like that'd be really fun too.
Yeah, no, I think they would be super down.
yeah.
The three of us are like so different too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you think is the most wild out of the three of you guys? I feel like I have a guess.
Wild in
Just
what
like
way?
so like the most different from like the three of you guys. Or you guys already like
I think
equally
we
different.
exist on like a spectrum.
okay.
And where like I'm in the middle, Alex is like over here, and Kylie's like over here. And I don't know,
see that.
like
You are a good like bridge between the two.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
I think like I share the same weirdness on each end, like in the middle.
Yeah.
I see.
But
Yeah, I've been caught off guard multiple times by Alex's comments on our posts.
wait, she's really good at them though.
They're so funny.
They're so funny, but I'm like, wait, this is a public platform. You can't just say these things.
No, she's so witty because like
So witty.
she
Dude.
used to like insult me so bad on my TikTok videos, and then I would walk into her room and be like, "Why did you do that?" And she's like, "For the algorithm, like
I'm
people will
helping you."
like my comment or like defend you, you know, and then like you'll just get a lot of like
Who steps
interactions." And I'm like, "No, because they're gonna
These
realize
are
it's
me.
true." Like,
It's hitting too
please.
close to home.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I think I might be able to find it, but like,
You should screenshot that one. I
Dude,
know exactly what you're talking
there's
about.
the one on yours, and then
Oh, there's one on mine that's also so funny.
There was one on my like photography, or I think I've commented on her page, but I was like, you can't say that on there. Like, yeah, she's like on that extreme. Whereas I haven't seen you say anything that out of pocket before, but you do say some wild things sometimes. I feel like.
No, like I think Alex is just like Alex is the smartest one.
Oh really?
Like in terms of I think she's just like a curious person like when it comes to like learning. Where I think I reach like a certain depth of learning that I cannot like cross because I'm too lazy. So it's like I will Google something and that's about it. But she will go into like rabbit holes, you know?
Oh, okay.
Kylie is really good at like picking up like crafty things. So like she learned to crochet so fast, like in a day, and then she like made me a skirt. Like
Wait,
I was like,
damn.
I was like, okay.
Andrew
And-
made a square in one
Dude,
day.
it took all my brain power. It took literally 6 hours and my wrists hurt.
Dude, she just
Wow.
picks stuff up like so fast. And then I think what I have that they don't have is like I'm just a little bit delusional where like I have the confidence to like maybe take that to like a different like outside of like hobby. Yeah, but we all learn from each other, I think, in that way.
I was
Gotcha.
gonna say
yeah.
the confidence is something that I admired a lot, and that's why I really liked living with you back in January. I remember talking to you, and you were gonna do full-time content once you graduated, and this is when my company was anticipating layoffs, and you're like, "I'll never if you work for yourself doing full-time content, you'll never let yourself down." Whereas a company can like lay you off at any moment. And for me, I always chose the corporate route because I was like, oh, this is like financially safe. Like, but in your mindset, like the safest way is to put the bet on you because you're not going to let yourself down. I'm like, wow, that's the mindset I need.
Perhaps slightly delusional, but
No.
but it does give you a reason, you know, to kind of like do your own thing. I think,
Yeah.
like especially if you're like that stubborn of a person, I feel like you just like find a way to make it work.
You're just never gonna give up on yourself.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
My fear, if I were to ever go full time content, I don't think I would ever do it because I'm just scared. Is like I'm like right now you can make money off ads and stuff, but what if like companies just don't ask small creators to make ads anymore? Then where is your money? Do you ever get scared about like your future and like the longevity of your career in this like creative and social media space?
No.
No?
So
Wow. You are delusional.
Here's another thing, guys. I will say sometimes confidence also gets people nowhere because unfortunately you also have to kind of have something going for you, I think. You know?
That's that's true. That's true.
If you, I think you guys get what I mean. But I think like if it didn't work out, like I'm still doing like freelance projects at the same time, just for like the extra like cash, and like I have things in my portfolio that I know could get me more jobs.
Skill and talent.
That's true.
Yeah.
You have legit talent, whereas like me and Andrew I feel like we just work hard and then like we can get stuff done, but like at the end of the day, we don't have like raw talent that like you just have to be born with.
But I feel like being able to edit like something or like put something together like it does though, because like people can't do it, like people listen to you because like you have something like interesting to say, or like you know what no, it's true okay, like genuinely. But like I don't know, I just feel like you know if you have something, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like deep down, like if what you're doing is working. I just feel like that.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of surprised that this podcast started working out, because I was just like, oh, these are like, anyone can have a conversation with their siblings. It's like a really easy thing to do. Like, why would people listen to this? And like, there are other more interesting podcasts to listen to. I guess you decide to pursue something once you see like progress or results from it. And I guess the truly delusional people are the people who pursue something even when they're not there's like no reward or any fruits of their labor. But yeah, I still feel like going full time is like a very scary jump, and that's why Andrew still hasn't like made the commitment yet. I don't know if he ever will, but we're just like very risk averse people.
That's the word I was looking for. But I mean, my current job is
also, you shouldn't quit your current job. You
before we put all this on the internet, I love my current job. My team is amazing. No, I'm saying that not sarcastically. Like, everyone's really good. Everyone's
you
really
have a
nice,
great job. You should not quit.
No.
You just
Hey, hold on.
I'll cut that out.
I'll cut that out right now.
I'll cut that out. You have the dream situation, I feel like. You and my friend Jacob both have like a really good setup where you're like
work hard.
You're
good
still,
work-life balance.
Exactly, yeah.
Really,
and you get
team.
to do your creative outlet, and it also like contributes to your career. Like that's the dream.
It's a nice.
Yeah.
it's a mess.
So, Cait, do you have any like big goals or like milestones that you're pursuing in your creative like career, or are you just kind of like going with the flow and like doing or taking opportunities as they come?
I think I'm like pretty intentional with like what stuff I put out. And like I really want to go the YouTube route, just because
long form content.
Yeah, like the short form stuff, I did it at first because I knew that it worked with my lifestyle. And it's like every day hour between class, like I can film something.
Yes.
And that worked for a while. But now like I have to film every day, like, and have a new idea every day. Like that's just like too much. And also I feel like my content gets lost in the void, you know, like it's just, you see it and then you don't. And like nobody's there for you. So I kind of like want to do this YouTube thing where I talk a lot more about like my life and like pursuing art as a career and like all that stuff, because I know that like there are people that want to do it and they think it's not possible, but I'm like, it's only not possible because you didn't try. Like I think like there is a like activation energy like to everything, like waking up in the morning. Like once I like activation energy, I can't go back to sleep because then I'd have to like go through that again. But like I feel like there is just like a little hump, and then like once you're there, you're there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I used to make videos in high school. And
really? You started in high school?
But I took them all down because people at Harvard were really mean, and they bullied this other girl for making videos, and I like really wanted friends, so I took them all down.
Wait.
She has friends.
Take them down, or did you make them private? Because I would like to watch these videos.
No, I like took them down, but like maybe they're private. I like showed my art portfolio that I applied to college with in one of the videos.
Yeah.
And then I had a girl at Harvard, a freshman, come up to me and say like, "Oh, I used to watch your videos, and like now I'm doing like art classes here too."
Wow.
And so I was like, I know there are other young Asian girls out there because for whatever reason, like everybody was a young Asian girl like pursuing art. Like actually, I swear.
Everyone took art classes. I feel like it was a very Chinese thing to do. Like you go to Chinese school and then you go to art school afterwards.
Like I don't know. Like I have so many just like graphic design Asian girlfriends.
Wow. Well, like full time, like
full time.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'm like, I know you guys exist.
Yeah.
And you're perhaps confused. And so I can share some things on that.
It is. Those are like the most fulfilling interactions when like people actually get something real from your content. They're like, oh, you helped me through this, or like I'm now doing this because of you guys. Those are like the interactions. They're like, oh wait, there's actually a reason why I make this content, and like this actually speaks to some people and actually helps some people out. I feel like that's kind of the fuel that keeps things going sometimes when you're just like, what am I doing? Like I'm just pushing videos into the void and like does it do anything for people? And then like sometimes you're like, oh wow, I'm actually doing something in people's lives. It's kind of cool. I like that aspect of content creation a lot.
No, my old handle on YouTube was Clams Arts because like sea lambs. And like, and so
I'm gonna
like,
look for that later.
when these like people come up to me, they call me that.
Clam.
Yeah.
And
they're
school?
like, oh, are you Clams? Well, this was like when I was like a junior, senior, like it was a lot of the freshmen that like would ask.
Wow.
I had maybe like 4 or 5 like freshman Asian girls.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
So like that was like the username they knew, and I was like,
your clams are your clams.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I also want to do like Instagram, but I'm really bad at like taking photos of like myself. And you know, like
I hate being in front of a camera.
Yeah, it's
love being behind
it. Right.
Yeah.
Like I can film a video, but like taking a photo is just so hard for me.
It just also feels so produced and like fake and staged. Andrew is really good at it. To be honest. No, just kidding. Wait, no, actually, I feel like
I have people. Actually, no. We talked about this. Like, we need more people to take candid photos of us.
I can only do candid because I swear when someone tells me to pose, it's just like I'm
pretty awkward. Yeah, I'm not very good at posing for a photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel, we've talked about this before on another podcast, but I think guys do an especially bad job of like taking candid photos of like each other, whereas girls like actually make an effort to like, oh, like my girlfriend looks cute right now. Like, oh, let me take some
That's
pictures.
true.
Yeah.
But guys don't do that.
Like whenever I go to an event or travel, I'm like, I have no pictures of me.
Yeah.
Like I traveled a couple months ago. I'm like, I got nothing of me.
I'm also okay with that. I don't know if people follow me on Instagram to see a bunch of pictures of myself.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's like another thing. I was like, I just feel like in the girl world, there is
Barbie's
like, there is just everybody posts pictures of themselves. So I
see what you're
feel like
saying.
I need to like get there.
I see. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
I
it's
see,
just
I
like
see.
it's just hard. But that sounds so stupid. It's hard to take pictures of myself and post it online. Like
You're also, I feel like you have to also be really self-absorbed to like take a lot of photos of yourself.
I feel like it depends.
The girls
it's like,
on Instagram that like take a lot of photos of themselves, they just love looking at photos of themselves, so they do it a lot.
I know some people who like take it because they're like, I need to just like do this because I make content for a living.
Right,
really?
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I think I want to like take that route because I feel like it opens up a lot of doors if like my
does
face
it?
is on like Instagram
It
more.
builds really
because like I guess you have a
builds
podcast.
loyalty. Yeah.
So like if
inherently
your
my
reels-
face is there.
Yeah, your face is there, but
Yeah.
like for me, it's mostly like
Your art.
my back and my painting, or like So
That's
I'm like
true.
trying to find more ways to like put myself online. But
The one video that I saw of yours on YouTube that I was just like, people watch this, and then why do they watch this? But people watch it, so
Yeah.
it was your like study with me video in
Yes.
Harvard, and I was like, wait, so what do people do when they watch this? Are they also studying with you and they just have it on?
Yeah. So I didn't even know these existed. There is one of it's like study with Koya, and it's this koala from BTS, and he has a book
From
and he's
BTS?
Yeah, it's like a BTS Line Friends thing. I'm not really a BTS fan, but like I think the koala is really cute. It's in my bucket right there. And
They have
like
a koala.
yeah, it's like a koala like cartoon animal.
Is it the
Oh.
mascot?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
each member has like a little mascot,
okay,
and he's
okay.
like studying like in a book, and like there's like some ambient like music. And-
like lo-fi.
Lo-fi
yeah,
girl.
like lo-fi
Yeah.
music, and I have it on repeat because I like studying with him more than I like studying with people, and I like just like do my work, and then when I was like starting to film the YouTube videos on campus, I was like, okay, what is a very like low effort video I can make that like might hit? And so I was like, let me just try this because I'm in finals week anyway.
Okay.
And I just set up
Yeah.
a camera and I study. And then I like find like my lo-fi like music on like
you
Epidemic,
like?
and then I just like put it in.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
And
like
it hit.
people watch it on So
Yeah.
like right now it's not my most, it's like my most what's it called?
Viewed?
People are watching it a lot right now for whatever reason, which is weird because it's the summer.
No, it's beginning. Oh yeah.
But I guess beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like I was looking at my analytics the other day and it was like, oh, like 30K views on this video like this past 2 weeks. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
oh, like that's so random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe are people starting college and they're just like, oh, I want to learn more about
curious
what it's
what
like
the
to study
environment's
at
like.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Like, when I go there.
It's all
Dude.
about the
That's
title. Yeah.
interesting.
Right. And the thing is, like, I didn't really even like, I only study maybe like once a year, like right before finals. So I was like, I can't even make another one of these because like I
gonna be
just
another.
don't study because all my work is like not studying.
Yeah, that's true.
You
As an
know,
art
I
major.
only like study because they were like in class like finals.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I feel like Harvard is known to be like, well, I guess I've heard it as like a notoriously easy school academically. Like there's great inflation instead of like deflation. Was that the case for you? Did you feel like school was hard?
no. But the thing is, I like can't speak for like a lot
Oh,
of
that's true.
the higher
Yeah,
level
yeah.
STEM classes,
Yeah,
right?
true.
But like I took a stats class. It was supposed to be like
Why?
the easy. I had to fulfill like my math
Oh,
requirement.
really?
So
Oh,
like
so there
I
still
still had
was
to
a
do
math.
like gen ed stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I took a stats class and I didn't realize stats had coding. Like I thought it was just gonna be
yeah,
like high
R,
school
yeah.
stats. But it was, I mean, it was still easy. Most of my friends like
Yeah.
got A's, but like I probably got like a D and an F on like every single exam.
Okay.
But I ended the class with like a B because I did the homework assignments.
Oh,
But like
okay,
that
there might
doesn't
be
really
great
make sense,
information.
right?
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like still like
so
I
I'm
really
clearly
could.
bad at this, but you still gave me a B. Okay.
So like I do think they really don't want to fail you. That is one thing.
I see.
Unless it's like you cheat or like whatever.
Yeah,
Because the
gotcha.
cheating stuff, like they're really like strict on that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what sucks about the cheating thing is like, I don't know if they do this at other schools, but for us, they don't let you know if they caught you
caught you?
cheating until like the last week of classes.
Damn,
So you
that's
could have
crazy.
cheated on your first like homework assignment and they could have caught it, but they don't let you know until
Wait,
the end.
what are the
And then
repercussions?
Yeah. They just fail you.
They're like-
yeah, you get like, you get failed.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait.
Oh,
that's
wow.
devious.
Isn't that
Oh,
crazy?
devious.
I, like, don't
That
know.
is a great deterrent, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if like they do it on purpose or if it's like, oh, they just run the stuff like later, but like
No, that's
So,
a great
like,
deterrent.
yeah.
everybody at the end of the semester, obviously, you know, everybody's like helping each other out. Like
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
end of the semester, people get nervous. Like,
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
because there's a big like CS cheating scandal one
I think
year.
I even heard about this.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like made the news.
yeah.
Harvard, because like I
It was like 2 years
coding
before I
is also
got there.
pretty easy to copy and paste. 'cause
Right.
It's literally on a
Yeah.
computer.
And now with like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Oh,
ChatGPT
I can't
codes.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should like take advantage of that. Like schools should be teaching people how to use ChatGPT as a tool to enable your coding abilities. Like why not evolve with the times? That's always been my philosophy. Like
I thought like I know there's like a big like AI debate in like art stuff too, and I'm like it's been helpful to me so far. Like,
Mid-Journey is great.
it's like
free anymore though.
That's true. It's not really
Sad.
yeah, I'm like maybe it'll become a bigger problem later, but
Yeah.
I just don't feel like you can go backwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just have to like
Once you open Pandora's
yeah, like
box.
accept
Around
it.
Yeah.
It like definitely sucks, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going for like over an hour now,
Mm.
and it's dark, so I don't know if you can you see our faces? Yeah,
I
yes, you
know.
can.
No, we can.
The ISO's on auto ISO. But we'll wrap the podcast up right now. But first, where can people find you on like the social platforms and stuff?
You can find me at Cait's house on Instagram, or Caitlin with 2 N's Lamb on TikTok, or Cait's house on YouTube. I might change all of them to Cait's house though.
Change them to Clam's house.
I like Cait's house because like I can like evolve. Like I could do multiple things in my house. Like
It keeps the space open.
yeah,
to do
because
things,
like initially I named it after like I wanted my portfolio to be Cait's house, so I could have like a guest book of like my clients, like Cait's like
Oh,
books, like stuff, like
interesting.
library, like
Yeah,
whatever.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, we're working on it. I have no portfolio yet. Don't look at that.
Still vote for
We'll link it in
Clam's
the
house.
description. Jesse will link it in the description.
Wait, like a online portfolio?
It's really outdated. I don't show anybody it, but
Oh,
it does
like a
exist.
website. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
add that, obviously.
No,
if
Also-
you don't want people to see it.
socials, but
Yeah.
We'll link all her socials. You can see all her really amazing, talented artwork and pieces. Because,
Thank you.
do you sell any of your artwork?
I want to.
Oh, so
Hey,
you don't?
buy my stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Yeah, I
It's like-
have like stuff in my closet.
And your like thesis work was also pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to sell all of it
Yeah,
actually because
you should.
I don't like color.
Wait, what?
Look around.
That's
She loves
true.
color. She just wants to
She's
share with you guys.
super minimalist.
I always feel like a fake artist. I like don't like color. I like black and white. But I want to paint in color as like a challenge. You know?
Oh, okay.
But like I
As
would
a
never
way to
hang my
grow.
stuff up in my
Gotcha.
house, so.
Yeah. Well, I think your pieces are really cool. I mean, there was a point where I wanted to put it on clothing at one point. But gone are those days.
Yeah,
Huh?
we have a new business idea that we'll talk about in the next pod.
Oh, wait.
Cliffhanger? Or do we want to introduce it now?
Oh, it's dark now, so I don't really want
That's
to do
true.
it now.
Cool.
I
Tune
want
in
it to
next
be
episode.
pretty-
Yeah.
Yeah, tune in next episode where you guys can hear about the project that Andrew and I have been working on for the past like 3 or 4 months.
5?
5 months.
It's
Yeah,
been like
we've been
5
working on
months
it.
in
Yeah,
September.
we're really excited to show you guys. We're about to show Cait.
Yes.
Hopefully
I'm so
she
excited.
enjoys what we've been cooking up. But yeah, we will end this podcast now. I am your host Jesse, and signing out with me is my brother Andrew.
Andrew.
And I was like gonna say my sister, but then and I was like, wait, what do I say?
Pretty much at this point, my sister.
Yeah, no, you're basically our sister now. But signing out with me is my friend
Caitlin.
and my brother
Andrew.
and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod. Peace.
Bye.
Yay.